Poland, it is Marc-Andrea Huesler. Led out by team captain Stan Wawrinka. And their opponent, representing Poland, please make welcome Daniel Michalski. Led out by non-playing captain David Selt and Agnieszka Radwanska.
So Daniel Michalski from Poland. We did see him a little earlier in the week and played a very solid match against Skatov from Kazakhstan. So I'm expecting good things tonight and what promises to be a really entertaining match. My name's Josh Eagle and I'm very happy to welcome a good friend of mine, a Scotsman, and a man who could play very good tennis back in the day. Colin Fleming, a very good evening to you too.
Yeah, thank you, Josh. I made my way up from courtside in that previous singles. What a match it was between Swiatek and Bencic, and it makes this big playoff for a place in the city final here in Brisbane. Nicely poised. 1-love to Team Poland. Team Switzerland, I think fair to say, favourites for this #2 men's singles. But we did see Michalski in action against Skatov, as you said, and he's a talented player, just 22 years of age, building his game, but Huesler's already established in the top 100, so a bit of quality there.
Coin toss for us. Guys, after we finish, we'll have a photo that way. But first, of course, clocks at the back, towels on the sides. The coach can talk to you. Any questions? No, Curtis, who would you like to ask?
Poland, then control.
Heads or tails? Heads. And we do have heads. Receive. All right, guys, and we'll do the photo.
So Poland winning the toss, and as you see pretty regularly these days, electing to receive. Marc-Andrea Huesler up against Daniel Michalski there. This is Group B, where really the winner of this actual tie tonight goes through to the city final here in Brisbane. And as you can see, it's perfect conditions. Pretty warm today. Got up to about 28 degrees now, just currently 21. But here on the Pat Rafter Arena, it doesn't get any better under the lights. It's nighttime, primetime tennis here. And it is absolutely stunning conditions here. Marc-Andrea Huesler, very talented left-handed player, Colin, and we know very capable of causing an upset.
Yes, he certainly is. 6'5", that works out as 1m96. He's 26, but he feels younger than that in terms of tour experience. Really burst onto the scene last season, winning his first tour title. That came on indoor hard in Sofia. Just shows you the quality he has. You know, there's been a lot of good players over the years that haven't managed to win a tour title. So, you know, to achieve that, you've got to have something about you. Huesler's got a big game foundation, the big lefty serve, but he can really do damage from the back of the court. And he's a player to me that's 56 in the world, but is very much still on the up. I think he'll be pushing well into the top 50 in the near future.
Well, there's no doubt he's exciting to watch. He'll slice and dice and serve volley, hits a big ball, so he will go in as favourite against this man, Daniel Michalski. Just 22 years of age, and he's at the peak of his ATP ranking, 262. He's just 22, so young in tennis terms, and he's not a tall man in stature, 180 centimetres, but boy, can rip the ball and played pretty well in his debut 2 days ago.
Yes, he did against Timothy Skatov. Skatov just had a little bit too much for him, but he had some firepower from the back of the court. The one thing I would say was a little one-dimensional in that match. Tended to be harder or hardest from the baseline, so interesting to see if he can bring a bit of variety here against Huesler. He's going to have to do some defending against the big Swiss man, but yeah, he's capable of playing some good tennis.
It's the first meeting between these two players, and as you would expect, Huesler is very much entrenched in the top 100 now, where he is absolutely playing tour level ATP events week in, week out in Grand Slam tennis. Michalski making his way up the rankings, and his next step would be to push into that top 200, which means that you're at least playing qualifying of all the Grand Slams and main draws of Challenger Tour. So he's a man on the up, and that is the Team Poland team zone. On the right, one of the all-time greats of our sport, Agnieszka Radwanska. And on the left, David Selt, actually happily married. And great to see Agnieszka Radwanska out here in Australia.
Yeah, even more happily married with the one love lead in the tie. I think it's fair to say.
That's right. It's a crucial one, this one. This, for me, is the strongest group, I believe, Group B. And that man there, Stan Wawrinka. Team Switzerland captain. 37 years of age. He's won 3 Grand Slam titles himself, so he can play big-time tennis, there's no doubt.
He's got a big match tomorrow, doesn't he, against Super Hurkacz? That could be a crucial one. Every match crucial, as these two countries face off to reach the city final here in Brisbane.
He looked a little nervous the other day, Daniel, in his singles match, and of course you would be. When you're ranked 260, you don't get to play on big stadiums around the world. This is a really big opportunity for him, not just ranking points, but also big prize money when you are at his ranking. So he just looked a little anxious at times, and I wonder if he can play with more freedom. And I think because it was such a big occasion, I think he fatigued a little bit in that second set. Anxiety, stress, of course.
Yeah, he certainly did. He looked quite close to the edge physically. I think he would have struggled had it been a third, but it was his first tour level match, so it was understandable. It's a really high profile for him. He was a talented junior, top 50 in the world in the junior ITF rankings, and trying to make his way in the professional game. But another big opportunity here for Michalski, but a big opportunity for Huesler, and in many ways the pressure on him. Team Switzerland are one love down. He needs to step up and win this match.
So players just about ready here for what promises to be another high-quality match here at the United Cup under the roof here at Pat Rafter Arena.
You ready? Play.
It's going to be quite a different match for Michalski compared to Skatov. They were having a lot of extended baseline exchanges. Huesler isn't going to give him the same type of match. He's going to be coming at him, shortening the points.
Do you think this court suits
15.
Team Switzerland in this match? Quick conditions, ball shooting through.
Certainly shot through there. Power that Huesler possesses evident already. The opening 3 points here. A loose forehand, plenty of racket speed.
They're lively, really a lively arm in everything he does, even on serve. It's free, it's easy. Lovely repeatable power for long periods. Just get the odd unforced error, just like that. Unleashing, absolutely unloading on these forehands. And it's a confident start.
40.
Huesler.
Yeah, really sharp with the feet here. Chose not to come into the net, but was quick to get round, keep the ball on his forehand, and eventually able to hit through Michalski.
No problems. Team Switzerland on the board and off to a good start. 1-love.
First game.
First set. You look at his game and you think, boy, it's big. He's got variety. He's a lefty. Still upside, given the fact that he's fresh into the top 100, and you see nothing but upside, really, when you look at his overall package.
Yeah, huge upside. There's raw materials there, quite clearly. The serve, the forehand, we've already seen it. He can crack his backhand as well. You see that the win predictor there, heavily in Huesler's favour. You'd expect that with the ranking difference between the two. But you look at him sort of physically, there's a lot of developing he can do there. You know, get himself stronger, fitter, sharper. And I think just in terms of his own confidence and belief, now he's in the top 100, he's won a title, it's just going to continue to grow.
Yeah, that was the one thing he did speak about after his first match win. He said, my movement, I've worked on it, I've got that a little better. Oh, huge. So good to watch.
Well, Michalski looked like he'd done a decent job of neutralising the angle there. He certainly didn't expect that forehand. What a shot. Good start. Michalski here. The forehand we saw the other day is his weapon, there's no doubt. Like most modern day tennis players, they like to unload and load up. But at times under pressure, it just broke down a little bit. So let's just keep an eye on that as this match progresses. And Colin, just, you know, the walk to the towel, it looks a little tight, looks a little anxious. Yeah, again, it was a feature against Skatov. It was an up and down performance. That's what we've seen here, the big winner, followed by the double fault. Just needs to be careful. Early stage is so important for any underdog.
That's more like it. Makes a big difference when this young man lands that first serve.
40-30.
I think importantly tonight that he doesn't try and play too big, knowing he's playing a guy ranked around 50 in the world. Cannot afford to overplay. Just needs to stick to his game style and do what he does best.
He'd set the point up nicely. Michalski.
Yes.
But once Huesler had a look at the running forehand, you always felt the ball was in trouble. Didn't really do much with that volley. It was central, wasn't that deep. Too much pace for him in the end. Can understand him playing it safe. He's just trying to get out of this game. Got to be prepared to be brave.
Too good. Way too good.
It's a huge strike from Daniel Michalski. There's a bit of funky spin on that defensive forehand from Huesler. Pulled wide in the court and just pulling the trigger down the line.
Yeah, that shot's all or nothing, isn't it? If it's either a winner or unforced, and it's going for a broke attitude. So I like his confidence. After a little bit of a tight tussle, Team Poland level things up here, 1-1.
Just looking at the record of Marc-Andrea Huesler, we mentioned the tour level title he has coming in Sofia. Just at the second half of last year, he's only won 17 tour level matches, and 5 of them were in that event. Really was a breakout week for him.
Yeah, he's the type of player that, and he'll learn a lot from that, but if he gets hot, he serves well. I think the key to his game, if he can serve well for a week or even at a Grand Slam event, this guy is going to do some damage. It's nasty. It's a lefty, which a lot of players don't get to return against a lefty that often. But for me, I think there's a lot of upside. Just drops in.
Good hustle there from Michalski.
And I think that sort of play here when he pushes forward, I think he's still got a lot of learning to do, how he gets himself positioned in and around the net. It takes time to develop a great serve volley game.
And that looked like it could have been long, but
Just got
1 millimeter we hear on the line. It's enough.
It's enough, and Team Switzerland with another comfortable service
Team
hold.
Switzerland
2-1.
by 2 games to 1.
First set. Oh, the picturesque Brisbane River in and around this magnificent city. That's the CBD, Central Business District, where a not a lot of work gets done in this great state because the weather is just always simply amazing. 265 days of absolute perfect sunshine. You can go around Kangaroo Point, do a little bit of abseiling off the rocks here, and just strolling around the river. Hire a kayak, have a bite to eat. There's plenty to do here, Colin. You're absolutely loving your time, I know here. I know it.
I am indeed, and no one better than to sell Brisbane to the world than Josh Eagle, the local.
That's right. It's a really livable city. Good start for both players. Huesler trying to level this tie up, 1-1. Eager Schwante getting their team off to a good start, defeating Belinda Bencic in straight sets. Well, a very good atmosphere here at the Pat Rafter Arena. Good crowd in tonight. Plenty of support, particularly for Team Poland. That's his best shot. The forehand down the line is deadly. I've been waiting for it.
Love 15.
Yeah, he's so loose with the hand and the wrist. He can easily drill this one down the line as he does here. He could flick it cross court as well. Michalski's got to be careful going into that forehand. He's got to cover the line there as well, you would think. He'd force Huesler pretty deep into the corner.
These are the little nuances in his game that will improve the more he continues to play at this high level, push forward, develop a better split step.
Yeah, 6'5". It's not easy for him, but quite upright there, and it's almost that kind of hopeful flick at the ball rather than really getting down and
committing to it.
Yeah, and making sure that ball goes over the net.
Great approach shot here. He just worked hard physically here. Huesler got up inside the baseline to try and take this backhand early. That's great footwork and awareness.
Beautiful lob there from Huesler. It actually didn't look on. It was certainly a lower percentage option. He easily rolled it to the feet of Michalski, but just completely outfoxing the pole here. Didn't expect the lob at all. And he couldn't get a racket on it.
That's long, and the first break goes to Team Switzerland. Great start for Marc-Andrea.
Team Switzerland leads by 3 games to 0.
Yeah, just too much quality, really. Michalski there, who's doing his best to hang on. You saw the tennis he had to come up with in his opening service game to hold. Flurry of forehand winners, just could not resist any longer. So the perfect start for Huesler in this important match for him.
You get the feeling that Michalski doesn't have a lot of time out here. With the ball striking, the power of Huesler, left-handed, a lot of things are conspiring to make this feel pretty uncomfortable for Team Poland at the moment. And you suspect if Michalski is to do damage in this match, he needs to be aggressive, because if he's not, then he's going to be on the back foot.
Yeah, the key for him is to force Huesler to defend. That's where the Swiss is far weaker. Easier said than done, though.
That's right. It's not his natural game to be... Not his natural ability to sort of hit and come forward and play that sort of up-tempo game style.
(30-15).
Wow, 207, that's bringing the heat. I like his attitude and
40-30.
intent here.
Yeah, really getting after the second serve. That's a big hit. 144 kilometers an hour. Again, just untidy at the net. It's not an easy volley, but it's a volley a player
should make.
Yeah, it's certainly one that's in the top 100, pushing towards top 50 with his game style. But to me there, he just sort of hesitated. Like to see him really get up to the ball, big steps, and move through the volley. Again, I think it's a positive in many ways. The upside, you know, the room for improvement.
That's a gift. Worked so hard to stay in this game, and the gift
Advantage,
unforced a juice. Just long.
Team Switzerland.
Team Switzerland in control. Off to a great start, 4-1.
Team
First set.
Switzerland by 4 games.
Oh my goodness, how good's that? Morton Island. That's where the shipwrecks are, and you can go and do a bit of scuba diving out and about and around. Drive your car up on these magnificent sand beaches. Easy day trip, just a short drive really from across the mainland here in Brisbane. Get on a ferry across to Morton Island, or when you get there you can drive along these magnificent beaches for kilometres and kilometres, and you can have a barbecue. It's just it's an ideal spot to be, I tell you. It is life at its finest.
Reminds me of some of the western islands in Scotland, just possibly 30 degrees warmer.
It's been inspirational. Stan Wawrinka as their leader. This is exhausting. It's not easy as a captain to invest so much effort and play as well. Second one of the match. He's used it sparingly tonight. In his first round against Scatoff, he was very big with going hard down the line with it. But you can just see he has a good ability just to hold, and then unload. Hard to read.
Yeah, I think the key to that is just how loose his hand is on the shot. Up until almost the point where he makes contact with the ball, he can still change which way he's going with it. 7 forehand winners already for Huesler. It's a big weapon. Under pressure once more here, 30 all. You'd think with the firepower that this man has, and Michalski must hold here.
That's unreal. 4-2.
It's a huge forehand from Michalski. It really is going after it. We'll just take a quick look here. The red line there is his average second serve hit point against Skatov. The right-hander, a very different style to Huesler tonight. The yellow line is almost 3 meters further back for the second serve. That's just in response to the difficulty of returning the 6'5" left-hander's serve. He wants to try and get a good hit on the ball. It just shows you a sport that's so much about matchups and the way these players have to respond and adjust. And also just shows you how good this guy's serve is.
Oh, I like that serve. That's nasty. Slider into the body.
Yeah, and you could see Michalski trying to step into the baseline there and attack the serve. It's so difficult to time it when it's swinging and kicking and jumping all over the place. Just really challenging the contact point.
Just shutting him out with excellent serving, and Michalski just not able to get any rhythm. A week spent with the likes of a Pat Rafter or a Stefan Edberg would really help. Tim Henman even, type of player where he would just learn a few tips in and around that net, that movement.
You could have a word with him, Josh.
Yeah.
We come up with Pat Rafter down on the Gold Coast. Is that where he is?
Oh, he's at Byron Bay. He's a little further south, but he's up here regularly. He just comes and walks around his own stadium in his board shorts.
He's earned the right. But a big difference, though, in just the athleticism at the net. You think of Rafter, who is the ultimate in that regard, the way he moves and covered the net and lunged, and the intensity of it all. Huesler kind of cruises in there a little bit, doesn't he? And just a bit upright and lacking the sort of physicality at times.
It's sending the heat. Team Switzerland 5-2, just the one break. They lead first set.
Team Switzerland leads by 5 games to 2.
The Brisbane City and this magnificent Brisbane City River, which is getting more and more use as you see those jetties where a lot of people actually will go on one of those ferries around the river to get to work or beat the traffic to come into this beautiful city. Just there is South Bank, where you can have a dip in what is really a beach, and the Gabba, where the Brisbane Lions play Australian rules football and Australia play many test match cricket games there. So iconic photos of just this beautiful Brisbane city. Colin, we look at Michalski, 262 in the world, and there's a lot of people that play that style of game. I just sense he needs a little more variation and ammunition in his game.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. I can see him being quite effective on the Challenger Tour on a hard court, an indoor hard court as well. I think more difficult for him on clay, which is obviously such a big surface in the sport. The reason I say that, it's a very flat ball. Not a huge amount of sort of variation in his game in terms of speeds and spins and trajectories. Could be something for him to work on, as well as just that ability to move forward and finish points more regularly at the net.
15 love.
Once again, set up with good serving. Just 71% of first serves in, which is a good number. Anytime you're up around that, you would probably think that you are holding serve and you're up 5-2. Winning 60% of those serves when the first one goes in, 50% on his second serve.
50% on the second serve is actually pretty par for the course. It's a decent effort. 60% on the first just tells you a story that, even though the percentage is good, they're maybe not quite doing the damage and setting him up off the back of it in the way he'd like. 5'11" Michalski compared to 6'5" for Huesler, so a significant difference there.
I like his fight, his character.
40-50.
Moment, really, isn't it, when you represent your country? And for Michalski, he'd be relishing this opportunity because they'd be few and far between. When you've got her catch as your #1 player, it's hard to get a spot on the team.
A little bit of help from the net core, but a quality pass nonetheless, and Michalski wriggles out of another service game.
Switzerland leads by 5 games to 3.
There's a little bit of old school there from Huesler, that slice approach maybe just didn't quite get it deep enough.
No, just doing all the right things, holding here and forcing Huesler to have to serve this one out, this first set. Largely untroubled on serve this set. Well, it always feels different, doesn't it? Serving for a set or a match.
Catch there, and Lucas Kubot.
Just long.
But that's the serve you feel is there for Huesler whenever he needs it. Michalski just 5'11" with the two-handed backhand. It's very tough for him to stretch out wide and make any kind of meaningful return.
He's got to move up, I think. He's going to try
I
to
agree.
cut down that angle.
Highlanders just love it when they know they can serve wide to the ad court anytime they really need to win a point, as he did at Love 15.
Oh, that's nasty. The slider wide from a lefty. It's just so difficult to get out there and make that return.
14-15.
Excellent serving, and that brings up 2 set points for Team Switzerland. No problems for Marc-Andrea Huesler. Put Team Switzerland in a strong position, leading 6 games to 3. So plenty to like about what we've seen tonight from Marc-Andrea Huesler. He's relaxed, he's as cool as a cucumber, and he's actually doing it very, very comfortably tonight.
Yeah, the pressure's on him after Iga Swiatek won the opening rubber for Team Poland. Yeah, quite a different style for Stan Wawrinka. He's really embraced the role as captain, and it seems to have put him in a really good frame of mind for his own game as well. I'm sure we'll see that in his match with Hubert Hurkacz tomorrow. What a contest that could be.
That's right.
Second set. Team Poland to serve.
So this is Group B here
Love 15.
in the United Cup. It's a shootout between Team Poland and Team Switzerland. The winner of this tie will go on through to the city final here in Brisbane. This is where Michalski struggled in his previous match. He just dipped a little after that first set. I'd expect him to come out with really big energy and just do absolutely everything he can to stay in this match right about now.
Yeah, these are key moments for Michalski, that the match is potentially on the line here. Marc-Andrea Huesler can really knuckle down. It's a chance to get the early break, put his foot in the accelerator.
Excellent. He likes a target. He's passed well tonight.
15-30.
Yeah, he did a good job here, just holding the baseline. Could have been a slightly better approach, but still at Love 30 to come up with that pass, you got to give him credit.
He's really loving these conditions tonight, Marc-Andrea.
15-40.
Under the covered roof here at Pat Rafter Arena, it's just perfect conditions. Oh, it's a shot of the match. And what a way to break. Team Switzerland on their feet, as they should be. This is exquisite shot making.
Well, we mentioned it in the first set. Michalski has to be careful approaching to the forehand. Look how loose the hand is there. He could have gone line, he can lob, and he can flick it cross court, as we saw. That's brilliant from Huesler.
So a match that Team Switzerland really had to win to stay in this tie. All the pressure on Marc-Andrea Huesler, but he has come out and he has looked as cool as a cucumber all match. He really has. He has just played sensational tennis. And now up a set and a break.
He's looking very smooth. One of the big differences for me, Josh, I don't know if you agree, but Michalski's hit some big winners in this match, but it feels like he's right on the edge doing it. The winners are coming off the racket of Huesler, and he looks in the comfort zone still.
Yeah, he's just absolutely lighting it up here.
Again, the wide serve.
Hasn't that done damage? Look how far out Michalski has to get, and then the court's just so open, you cannot defend against that.
And that's just a horrible serve for a right-hander to return, the lefty kicker out wide. Really showing us his variety here.
He's putting on a clinic.
Team Switzerland.
Team Switzerland, set and 2-love.
Well, we mentioned how often Marc-Andrea Huesler is using the sliding wide serve to the ad court. Well, here's the evidence. 86% of his serves to that side have gone out wide. 53% overall of his first serves have been unreturned, so it just shows you how comfortable he's been. And we saw the variety he has in the previous game. It's a world-class serve he possesses, and Michalski struggling to do anything about it.
Wow. Just winner after winner at the moment. A real hot spell.
15.
Captain Stan Bavink will be happy with some of this ball striking himself.
Well, look at the level that Michalski has to play just to win consecutive points. I'm sure he feels like he's redlining it out here.
Yeah, he has to play right on the edge. Credit to him, he's not backing down.
Excellent. Body language is still good.
40-15.
Great stuff. They're on the board, but it's all Team Switzerland. 6-3, 2-1 with a break.
Team Switzerland leads by 2 games to 1.
Beautiful shots around Brisbane City here. Plenty of culture and theatre. And lots to see here at the Gallery of Modern Art, Goma, which it is called here for the locals. A lot of Indigenous and Aboriginal art in there at Goma. That's in around Eagle Street Pier, where there's lots of fabulous restaurants, steakhouses, quite well known for its seafood as well.
Realize you had a street named after you, Josh?
That's what happens when you make it. You name streets after you. So Team Poland here, under a lot of pressure. It has been wonderful play from Marc-Andrea Huesler. And Michalski here just been up against it. It's been the firepower. The firepower of Team Switzerland in this one has been simply awesome.
Time.
Team Poland won the earlier tie in Iga Świątek, the world #1, in an incredible display of shot making over a thrilling match against Belinda Bencic. That match really did have it all. So Poland up 1-love in this tie. Marc-Andrea Huesler trying to level this up for Team Switzerland.
Love 15.
And just maybe something like that. That's the impetus that Michalski needs to try and get back into this match. That first point of a game returning.
He's yet to create a breakpoint opportunity in Michalski.
15.
It's been really slim pickings, and well, in that regard, Huesler's biggest enemy could be himself on serve. Just got to keep the focus, the concentration, keep delivering. So the double fault on the opening point, can't afford to get careless. He really struggled with that kicker to the forehand. It's quite a sort of continental grip, isn't it? And difficult for him to time the lefty kicker.
40-15.
Doesn't matter what grip you've got. You're not returning that one.
That's not coming back. 204 kilometers an hour. Well, here's a chance.
Yes.
That's brilliant from Huesler. He's been very good this evening when he's had control of the point with the forehand from the middle of the court. He can go any direction. He's got pace, he's got spin, and he's kept his composure. Top level stuff.
Serves his way out of trouble. Marc-Andrea Huesler. 6-3, 3-1.
By 3 games to 1.
Just no fear. Not a lot of tension.
He doesn't look like someone that's going to, you know, sort of run too hot emotionally. Pretty chilled out guy. Sure, there'll be a few nerves in there somewhere. I mean, there always is playing for your country. Things going well so far. That's good stuff. Come on, stuck at the net a few times, Huesler.
Love 50.
It's quick to get his feet up to this volley this time and just cut off the angle. You can see him taking on board some oxygen there. That was a physical point. He did well to just stay calm when the defensive lob landed on the line.
19-shot rally. These points feel big at the moment here for Michalski. Already down a set and a break, cannot afford to go down double break. He looks good when he takes the double-hander early on the rise.
I think just the mere mention of Pat Rafter from you, Josh, in that first set has just inspired him to up his level at the net. We're on the Pat Rafter arena and he's suddenly looking far more accomplished. Nice soft hands there.
Just easy power.
And one of the big problems here for Michalski is that the backhand isn't exactly a safe zone either. A couple of really big hits to get control of the point on the forehand, and as we've seen time and again, able to make it count. It's his 11th forehand winner of the match. Plenty of height, spin, pace. Top quality.
Oh, he's done it again. Team Switzerland on fire. 6-3, double break, 4-1.
Team Switzerland.
Oh, this is just unbelievable ball striking from Marc-Andrea Huesler. Oh, wow. South Bank Restaurants doesn't get any better than this on a lazy Sunday afternoon or a long lunch. Just cruise on from the city or over there in James Street where you can have a bite to eat in some of their famous restaurants. Seafood's often on the menu. Moreton Bay Bug. As you have a look at... Well, let's just take a look at this point. This was one of the shots of the day. Marc-Andrea Huesler lighting it up here on Pat Rafter Arena. Well, simply awesome ball striking here from Marc-Andrea Huesler, and look what it means to the man from Zurich in Switzerland. Hooks the forehand and earns a double break in this second set. Just closing in here, Team Switzerland, and leveling this tie up at 1-1.
Time.
Marc-Andrea Huesler has not put a foot wrong, and Daniel Michalski is looking to the sky to ask the gods as if, well, what do I have to do?
Yeah, it just looks no road back for him, because
15 left.
Cannot feature really in a Huesler service game. He's looked complete command tonight.
I love how he's come out here and tried to take it to his opponent, play this match on his own terms. It's never easy. You're down 1-love in the tie. Pressure's on you. You're expected to win, but he seems to have embraced it and taken it to another level. The United Cup, or was previously the ATP Cup, played here, and always throws up some players that set their year up really well. And what we're seeing tonight from Huesler, I expect big things from him this year.
Team Switzerland.
He's in absolute cruise control tonight. Marc-Andrea Huesler, 6-3, 5-1 lead. Just in an hour and 5 minutes. Plenty of support from this good crowd in here at Pat Rafter Arena, loving the shot making tonight. Oh, it's the forehand down the line that is just such a weapon. We've seen him hit 3 or 4 of these all match, but it is just such good ball striking. Michalski just hanging on here.
40-50.
Been overpowered.
Game, Team
well
Poland.
done, Team Poland.
New balls, please.
But it's all Team Switzerland. Huesler up 6-3, 5-2.
Team Switzerland leads by 5 games to 2.
Oh, a wonderful shot of the Brisbane city. Lots of these breweries popping up all around Brisbane and this magnificent state of Queensland. Micro breweries just under James Street there. You can stroll from the city over to James Street. Takes about 15 minutes, and then you can cruise on over to South Bank, where you can have a bite to eat. Convention Centre, Performing Arts Theatre there in the backdrop, or even have a spin on Brisbane's wheel. Have a spin on the young man's Rubik's Cube as well while you're at it. Michalski here, he really hasn't done a lot wrong, but he has simply been overpowered tonight against a much higher ranked player in Marc-Andrea Huesler. He's a man on the up, and he has played brilliantly all week here at the United Cup. A bit of a revolution, really. He has been simply stunning in his 2 matches. Now a chance to serve for this match and to level up this tie in Group B here at the United Cup here in Brisbane. Still going for it. The forehand's been good tonight for Michalski. An impressive way to bring up 2 match points for Team Switzerland.
40-50.
Does it in style. Team Switzerland going through in straight sets. 6-3, 6-2, and leveling this Group B all-important tie at 1-all. Well, Marc-Andrea Huesler did not put a foot wrong all evening. He is just getting better as this United Cup goes on. Team captain Stan Wawrinka will be absolutely thrilled with his charge tonight. And they are back on level pegging at 1-all. Difficult night for Daniel Michalski and a lot of lessons learned. Simply outplayed and overpowered Marc-Andrea Huesler. Wow, that was unbelievable ball striking right from word go. Got out of the blocks extremely quickly and just used his power, skill level. So let's head down courtside and hear from Marc-Andrea.
Marc-Andrea, congratulations, fantastic performance. In some ways the pressure was on, 1-0 down in the tie, but it was like a highlight reel at times. It was winner after winner. You must be delighted with the way you played.
Yeah, absolutely. I was pretty nervous before the match, but I mean, yeah, today was a really good day from my side. I was feeling good from the start. Obviously we were 1-0 down, but I already thought Belinda had played a great match, and I mean, yeah, at that moment I'm just trying to focus on myself. I feel like it's already a great level that I have here, even though it's the second match this season, and I mean, I can get a lot of confidence out of today.
I just wonder, when we see you play so well, at the end of last year you won your first title on tour. Congratulations, a huge week. You're close to the top 50 now. high are you setting the sights for 2023?
Well, I'm just trying to do the best I can every day. I don't like putting a number on it. I'm happy with what I've achieved last year, and I'm just really looking forward to this year and giving my best every week. I've shown myself I can beat lots of players on tour. I can play in the biggest stages, but I haven't won a match at a Grand Slam yet, so that's definitely a big goal of mine. But now I'm really looking forward to the future.
Well, that first Grand Slam win might be just around the corner. Who knows? And just finally, it's a great, team atmosphere here in the team zone. It's very clear to see. What's it like for you, having Stan Wawrinka in particular as the captain? I'm sure it's someone you've looked up to over the years, and here he is bringing so much energy and geeing you up on the bench. What does that mean to you as a player?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, during the match, I'm just focusing on the match. It's always interesting to see what he has to say, but you can blend it out a little. I mean, I feel like, yeah, it's been a bit of a dream run the last couple of years here. So, I mean, I'm just really happy that I'm able to be part of such a great team. I mean, thanks to Belinda and Stan, we're able to play here, giving us a chance to perform. And I mean, I just couldn't imagine starting off the year a better way.
And just to be clear, you're saying you're not listening to Stan. You're ignoring what he's telling you.
No, not at all. I'm listening, but it's not like as if it's coming from Stan. It's just someone who's on your bench, coaching you for the match. Because I mean, obviously you can't ignore it. But I mean, during a match, you have other thoughts, and I mean, you don't really have the time to think about what's going on outside. So.
Well, it's certainly working for you. Congratulations, a great performance and a fantastic win.
Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks.
Well, a humble young man, Marc-Andrea Huesler. He has certainly been at his best at this year's United Cup here in Brisbane. Won both his matches, and he's won them comfortably. A bit of relief. So he was quite nervous before that match because the pressure was right on him to keep his team alive in this event. And he said that he is loving his level, second match of the season. So yeah, absolutely great start, great stuff from the young man from Zurich. As we take a look at the match summary, that was just an hour and 12 minutes of superb ball striking. Thought he served very well, Marc-Andrea Huesler. First serve percentage at 60.